Fantastic. Next up is actually our last speech of the day. We try to save, let's say, the best for last here, because we know that all of you in this room, builders, developers, and entrepreneurs alike, always looking for ways in which to grow their businesses and also be able to fund them. So here with us, we have Yosuke, who's going to be talking a little bit about VC's impact on the Web3 ecosystem and all of that fun stuff. So please, let's give it a round of applause. Thank you.
Okay, so hello everyone. I hope you are all having a great time today. Today, I'll be talking about the investment activities that we are working on. As you know, EMURGO is as one of the founding entities of Cardano, as well as the commercialization arm of Cardano. Investment is one of our core activities, as being the commercialization arm. So, by the way, my name is Yosuke Yoshida. I'm the co-CEO of EMURGO MEA. Okay, so first of all, let me start from how we are structured. So there are two entities that are doing investment activities in EMURGO. One on the left is EMURGO Africa, which is focusing on the emerging market. And one on the right side, which is EMURGO Ventures, is doing the activities in the developed countries. Specifically, most of the projects come from the United States. Okay. Why we divide the entities into two? Of course, it's because we're focusing in different areas, different regions. But the bigger reason here is that the issues that those startups are facing, or the mindset that you need to have, is pretty much different. For example, like if you want to invest in a startup in Africa, the issues that they are facing are like real social, daily life struggles that they're trying to improve. You can imagine a lot of things in what's happening in Africa, like the unbanked issues, infrastructural issues, remittance issues, and you know, the population of Africa is massive. There's 1 billion population, a young generation under 35 is 1 billion. It's a massive market. So, like, even though if those startups would be able to solve one of those issues that those people are facing, it would be becoming a unicorn. It's just really becoming just a beginning if they start solving those issues. On the other hand, EMURGO Ventures, they focus on the coolest technology in the globe now. They invest in the Silicon Valley startups where all the first-year VCs are investing. So I think it's not overstating to say that they're investing to companies that want to become the tech infrastructure for the next generation, like Google, Amazon. Because like EMURGO and Cardano, we want to become one of them, like the next generation infrastructure, right? So there's two entities, and let me first go on with EMURGO Africa, and then later on, the later part, I'll talk about EMURGO Ventures so that you don't get confused with the two. So EMURGO Africa, as I explained, it's they're focusing on the emerging market. It's a 100 million self-funded invested vehicle. Yeah, so we will be investing 100 million for the coming 3 years. We invest in them, we accelerate them, and as a result, we want to expand the Cardano ecosystem. Why Africa? As I've been continuously saying, there's like 1 billion youth. It's a massive, I would say this is the last growing economy that's left on the globe, in the globe. Many VCs are noticing this opportunity. Yeah, VC has grown 18x over the 6 years. This is not happening in any part of the other part of the world. And this is the only growing market under the downtrend. Downtrend means not only the crypto, but like overall, including traditional market. It's a downtrend, but this is the only place on earth that is still growing under the trend. When we carry out these investment activities, we don't try to do everything by ourselves. That's not really possible. We don't really think that's effective. We try to partnership with the strong players who is doing a great job. And one of them are Daniel Labs. They're a venture studio. They've incubated and accelerated a lot of startups in Africa. They're based in Kenya, by the way. And yeah, the founder, CEO, whose name is John Kamara, the guy on the left side. He's a very charismatic guy. He knows literally anyone who is anyone in the continent. So he's bringing a lot of deals, connecting with great startup founders and also entrepreneurs, also the connection to governments. This is one way that we're trying to expand our network in Africa. And yeah, they've been incubating a lot of projects, but Afia Record is one of their cool startups that they have incubated. They're trying to bring in blockchain to healthcare, to create trust and transparency, and they've actually agreed to utilize Cardano for their product. Another partner would be Others. So when we invest in startups, of course we invest in equity, but at the same time we want to invest in tokens. So we call it a hybrid investment model with tokens and equity together. And then Others, actually they are partners, but they are a joint venture with another company called Everest Ventures, which is a Hong Kong-based crypto VC. They have like very good experience, maybe better than anyone. They've supported the Animoca brands. They've supported Kraken. They've supported Sandbox. Like the most popular ones were supported by Everest Ventures, this Hong Kong-based VC. And we've set up this joint venture called Others together with this Everest Ventures so that we can provide certain service, not only invest, but to do this hybrid kind of investment. And also if those projects are not really capable or not really sure about the tokenization side, they can provide certain advisory or support through this acceleration program that they have. So they are I would say they're a partner on the tokenization side of our activities in the emerging market. Another partner that I would like to bring is Keppel. So actually many people are talking about this, but I think that this traditional finance, the traditional side of the world, finance, and this DeFi or Web3 space is still a little bit separated. I would say that the Web3 space is a little bit segregated from the rest of the traditional finance world. And then Keppel is the most, I would say, most successful VC, Japanese VC, who is starting to invest in African startups. For Japanese traditional, like institutional investors, like traditional banks or whatever, they never invested in African startups. They give finance to like infrastructure kind of projects that happened from the past, but they never really invested in startups in Africa because that didn't make sense for us. But Keppel was like really successful to bring those like real biggest banks in Japan to this startup industry. So we decided to partnership with them to connect to bridge the real, not real, the traditional side of the world and the Web3 space. I think we've spoke with more than 400, 500 startups this year. We have like this DD team and sourcing team that is working for us. We have committed 30, we've invested in 20 companies and also made 9 commitments. And hopefully we will be able to achieve 30 investment by the end of this year. Yeah, so I think we're doing a lot and most of them will eventually contribute to the ecosystem that we have, Cardano and EMURGO ecosystem and the Web3 ecosystem. This is the last part that I would want to introduce before going into EMURGO Ventures. So as I explained, EMURGO Africa is an investment vehicle, but also we want to expand our Cardano EMURGO presence in the society. And also we want to do good, to make contribution to the continent. And PLP, Power Learning Project, which is an NGO, is something that perfectly matches our vision. So they're an NGO. They're providing this free education for 1 million Africans. They started with the Nairobi University. They're expanding to many other universities. They're providing this course for free to Africa, mainly to students. And yeah, it's totally free for this just contribution. And hopefully it will, in the long term, it will help or do something to get connected with the expansion of the Cardano or EMURGO ecosystem. Okay, let me go into the EMURGO Ventures, which is working on the developed countries. So, as I explained in the very beginning, they invest in projects that is bringing in. They're trying to innovate, bringing innovation to the not only Web3 space. They're trying to become the next tech infrastructure, becoming the next successor of the society. And then, yeah, we look for those projects, and most of them, those projects we want to work together as Cardano because we're sharing the same kind of vision for the next generation. And that's the kind of project that we are looking for. There's a lot of very experienced people in EMURGO Ventures, like investment banking background or VC background, because there's literally like thousands of startups in the United States. They're looking for funds, and the difficult part is always to pick the right one. So we need the most experienced and the most capable people to pick the right ones among all of these. And once we pick them, we give our hands-on support. For example, I think we have the greatest network. I mean, Cardano and EMURGO has one of the greatest network among this Web3 space. We can talk with anyone if we bring the name of Cardano, literally. So once we invest in them, yeah, we try to support those projects hands-on, and that's what we are good at and how we support those projects. There's many projects that EMURGO Ventures has invested in, but one of the interesting ones are the EVM projects. Actually, Fourier, the one in the middle, and Milkomeda, both are EVM compatibility to layer on blockchain. By bringing in EVM, it will make it become much more easier for the developers to create things on Cardano. So that's something that we've been looking for, and these two companies are the ones that we believe is legit. We've also invested in DoraHux, the one from the second from the left. It's you might know this is the most successful hackathon company, which is well known in the Web3 industry. And it's still confidential, but we're working for several projects that we can work on together with the raw hacks. That's why we invested in them, and that will eventually make us, EMURGO and Cardano better. Okay, maybe I can just skip this one. Okay, so just to wrap up what I've explained, we've invested 30 companies. We will be able to achieve 30 companies by the end of this year on the emerging market, and 20 on the developed countries. So we'll be adding up 50 investments for this year. I think we're doing pretty good. And next year and next year, we will supposed to expand this investment capability even more. So hopefully there will be a lot of portfolios under EMURGO, which will be contributing to Cardano and the Web3 ecosystem. Okay, that's it. But before ending my speech, I would just want to introduce the Twitter account of EMURGO Africa. We just released a few weeks ago. We will be posting stuff about EMURGO, about the activities that we are doing, what's happening in Africa. So that will, of course, at the end of the day, contribute to the expansion of Cardano ecosystem. So we'll be very happy if you can follow us and then tweet or like, because we just started. It's very small now, not known yet. So yeah, if you can help us, that would be very helpful. So that's all. Thank you very much.